Astral Parasites Part 3. This is to answer somebody who asked the question of what happens if I am in a relationship with somebody who has active astral parasites and they are actively attacking me. And so one of the things is focus on number one, not about the not stopping complaining, but let's try to reframe this situation, okay? So let's say you're in the beginning of your journey and you are going within and you are spending your time meditating and you are actively looking into the places inside of yourself that does not act towards the highest good. And let's say you are physically powerless, and I just want to say I have been there. I have been with very, very toxic family members that had to get police involved. So I want to encourage you. You are protected and you are safe in this process, okay? These astral beings, they don't want to remove you from this plane of existence. They want to use you. They want their food bag more. They need you to exist more than they need you to not exist, okay? So what you need to do is do not attack. Do not attack these people. And I know that sounds really scary. You're like, what does that mean? That I'm a victim? No. This is what you're going to do to energetically heal. Okay, so this is you working on purifying your bodies. And by the way, I actually just found out this is wrong. So just want to, we're always learning. So I learned that the water kosha is actually the third one out, or the fourth one out. So it's earth, fire, air, water, and ether. And this is physical. And this actually makes sense, okay? So fire is active. These are our actions, create our fire body. Air, these are our mental constructs. And water is our wisdom, emotions, and spirit beliefs. So we're tackling all of these through meditation. Now, this person is attacking us in these old shadow wounds, right? So the old way in which we got caught is that we would say, oh, this person's evil, and we distract ourselves from our practice, from our meditation practice. So when people attack you, you double down. Meditate more. Go within. And now, granted, you need to be smart. I'm not telling you to just be passive, but I have been in situations where somebody was actively threatening my life, and I just decided, well, I'm on this spiritual journey. I am going to close my eyes. I'm going to trust the universe. I'm going to go within and ask my soul what to do. These 5 koshas, they're not just elementals, but they're actually parts of ourselves. They can see things in the astral that we can't see. They might tell you, sit and be still, don't say anything. They might tell you, get up and run now. They might tell you to say, yellow baby bugger bumpers. like they might tell you to do the weirdest things. You listen to them, and you listen to them not because you're fearful and you want to be saved. You listen to them because you know the game that's being played. This being in the astral is trying to basically get this person to distract you from yourself. So the key is every time somebody comes after you, they're sending you negative energy, and let's say you live with them and you don't have the physical means to leave them. You take that energy and you go within and you ask your heart, okay, how can I heal this? How can I heal this soul? You basically go to your soul and you go to all parts of your soul and you ask your higher self and your soul for guidance. Always. And then if it gives you a small voiced whisper, then you do it. And I have gotten out of the weirdest stuff by just going within. And you would be surprised at how wise these 5 bodies are. They can see everything, all the spiritual overlays of this person. They know what their triggers are. They know how to render them inert. They know the right things to say. You just have to get out of your fear brain and get into your heart chakra and listen to the wisdom. This, I believe that some of the greatest warriors and strategic tacticians have always used. They have always battled with the wisdom of their koshas. When I started working with my ancestral gods in the Norse gods, this is what Tyr taught me, and Thor, and Odin. They taught me to not battle physically. I don't need to yell at anybody. I can be completely silent, but I go within and I can see with 1,000 eyes as to all the energetics that are happening. And I don't seek to obliterate, I just seek to navigate around them. Trust me, these people, they're being parasitized by these astral beings. They're taking a lot of life force and energy from this person in order to attack you. They are basically using up these vessels. And you will notice that if you hold your ground and go within, eventually this astral being stops attacking you because it realizes that every attack it gives you, you just get stronger because you go within. But if you show this astral being that you can get distracted from your meditations, from your practice, because of how other people behave, it's going to keep sending ghouls your way to distract you. So this is why I have always said, I used to have a Saith website, a Saith YouTube, but I changed. So I'm evolving because I realize a lot of these principles are universal. They're not just Norse concepts. And so that's what I'm seeking to do in the last part of my life, is not to be pigeonholed by my practice, but to connect with the greater world of mystics. But I used to say this. Your, I couldn't help if I spell, your protection. This is so important. Your practice is your protection. Whatever you do every day, whatever you focus on for however many minutes, for however many hours you focus on, this programs all your spirit bodies as to what is important to you. If you meditate every day, you do your rituals every day. Let's say you have a magical practice or a yogic practice. If you do that every day, your goal is to go within, to return to the wisdom within, and to take every experience, whether it's positive or negative from ghouls, and to go within and to discover the self. Trust me, these astral beings will leave you alone. They do not want their energy to go towards somebody becoming self-actualized. They do not at all. So the key is, anytime somebody attacks you, it is time for you to take that energy, go within, and ask your 5 selves, your inner selves, how can I heal this? What can I learn from this? Where is there wisdom in this? What should I do? Your practice is your protection. And trust me, this spiritual battle is fierce. When I first started, I did not realize how scary this can get. I mean, I knew that it was scary because of my childhood, but I did not realize how intense it can get and how these beings will literally, they will parasitize and they will try to co-opt everybody in your life. I'm speaking everybody, people you trust. And they won't have any idea because they still have hidden wounds. And this is why when you're in an initiatory program, it is so important that everybody acts in highest good. That's why if your initiatory program does not have a very strong way in which the community treats each other well, then it is just a breeding ground for these astral parasites to take over. That's why initiatory programs fail. If everybody is required to act in their highest good with respect and love and care towards each other, then if somebody gets possessed and does something really, really disrespectful and mean to another initiate, the whole group can be like, hey, why did you do this? And that person, it's their job to go within to find out, how did they let this happen? Why did they behave in this manner? So what I would say is that pretty much most initiate schools, because they care more about power instead of character, they're not a safe place at all. So until we get more safe initiate schools out there, and I'm sure there are some small pockets out there. You want a leader who very much cares about no shame, no conflict, and everybody is sovereign. Everybody is given the sovereign way, and there is no hierarchy. If you have an initiate school that has these policies, then you have a safe space in which to work on yourself. But for the most part, you're probably best off to do this on your own and to find a few good friends that are doing the work as well, that you can grow and trust. And it takes time to trust people because they may have hidden wounds that can be co-opted against you. And don't take it personally. A lot of people don't realize how possessed they are. They really don't. And here's the hard thing. You've probably done this to other people and you didn't realize it either. And I think that was the hardest part for me, is to realize that my unhealed wounds actually was ways that beings were able to make me hurt others. And I had to be fully accountable to all my actions and all my words. And you always act. You act from within. You don't react from without, okay? Because within your heart is the knowledge and the eyes of all this information. Think about it. Most of these people, they're being puppeted. They're not even using 100% of their body. They may have some of their senses are online, but you not only have the full 5 senses of the body, you have all of these senses of all your spiritual and subtle bodies. You see more, you know more. So you have a better way of not engaging. And this is why I don't believe in active conflict with people who are possessed. It doesn't do any good. Do not fight, do not reason, do not try to change them. They will figure it out or they won't. That's the thing, it's not our job to teach them. I'm teaching the world so that I'm giving this information freely to the world so that people who have the eyes and ears to hear and see this, then they can take this and go within and create their practice, which is their protection. But the people who are possessed, they're just going to think that my words are ridiculous. They're going to make fun of this. And it's okay. They will eventually learn this at some point in one of their lifetimes. Their soul may not be able to overcome the amount of trauma that they have overcome, and they're just a puppet to the greater darkness of the world. And it's okay. They will eventually grow, just like seeds eventually grow out of the soil. You just have come out of the soil and you're in the light and you are warming and growing and developing new cells. It's not fair to fight with these people because you have so much more energy at your disposal. you can actually hurt yourself by fighting with these people or even trying to convince them. The best thing you do is find places of safety where you can grow. That's what you need to do. And you will resist in ways that are so ingenious. Your soul is so much more ingenious than you can think. And you can only learn this by going within. Just your practice is your protection. And that's what I did day in and day out when I was in very traumatic, violent situations. I just went within, I went inside, and I used it as a catalyst to force me to be dedicated to my spiritual growth above all things. I don't want to talk about the history of my story, but just trust me, there are amazing things that you can do if you do this practice. It will literally change. And the thing is, you aren't trapped in a house with these people. They are trapped in a house with you. Look at how much bigger and more access to energy you have. They are literally trapped in somebody who's becoming a solar being. They are slowly being cooked. And eventually they will flee the situation because in order to be in your presence, they will have to start to heal. And healing means that they will become aware of their wounds. And a lot of people who are deeply possessed do not want to become aware of their wounds. So go within. Always go within. And you don't have to take my word for it. Right now, after this video, you can go within and ask your higher self if there's a grain of truth to this, and if you should keep continuing your meditation. Good luck.